quick little update. This is what the game cave looks like now. Basically turned into a theater room. But showing you some things that got dropped up today by a couple of my Facebook marketplace sellers that I buy off all the time. Turn the camera around and show you guys real quick. First off, I have these Guitar Hero live guitars. I don't really know why I bought them, but they're $5 each. And if you pair these with a dongle and one of the cheaper games, they sell for like $150 to like $200, depending on which bundle you're selling it under. And if you sell for the two guitar bundles, it's like $350, so it averages around like $125 each after fees. Pretty decent. A bunch of Blu-ray disc media in here. These controllers are parts. He says they do work, but you know, they're like dirty, or you know, they're kind of banged up. This one in particular, you know, missing thumbsticks, which were pretty easy fixes from a repair team. But in here, you know, some pretty common and, you know, not cheap titles. I mean, there's some a little bit, but you know, this is probably like a $30 game. Uncharted 4, you always play with PS4s. Same with Red Dead 2. This goes with the PS4 1TB bundle. Not that one. Fallout 4 is about to go up again when the new season comes out. I haven't even heard of this game. 7 Days to Die, but you know, whatever. In here, a pretty decent game of the PS3 lot being the Hulk. I don't even know what that goes for. But all the games, there's just 50 games. I bought them for $4 each, so $200. And then in here, this is a bunch of cleaned and tested, not cleaned, but tested PS4 new gen controllers. Some of them are limited edition, and they're all OEM. I imagine this is the military controller that goes with the Call of Duty bundle. Here's the camo ones. You know, this stuff is all pretty valuable, and there was a Darth Vader controller in here. This goes with the Star Wars Battlefront Edition console. I don't have any more in the moment, but this is probably at least like a $100 controller, maybe $75. And there's 22 PS4 controllers, Xbox One, and I buy those each at $15. And then these are the PS3, PS4 Move controllers. I buy these depending on the condition between like $5 and $10. You sell a 2-pack for like $100 plus on Amazon, which is pretty crazy. And I think that is it. Here is what my bundles end up looking like. For whatever reason, I can't find a power supply that actually works for these Xbox Ones. Like, this is a tote of Xbox One 500 gigabytes, and all these power supplies just like aren't turning them on. I don't know what the heck was going on. This console got cleaned and tested, and it's reset and ready to go. Just got boxed up. But back over here, this is how I box up my FBA shipments. This is the Fallout 4 Xbox One bundle. You know, HDMI cord. I just grab whatever HDMI cord I have closest. I like to bubble out bag controllers and like hardware. So this is an Xbox One controller that's clean and tested. This bundle is only supposed to be for Fallout 4, but since I have Fallout 3, I'll include it because technically that's what the ASIN includes. But here is the console, all clean and tested, ready to go. I put it in these giant like 16 by 19 like poly bags because I think like as like a buyer, it's a really good experience. And underneath that is some like void fill paper. Some extra fluff that I haven't gotten to yet. Going back down here. Yeah, these data cables I bought off of Amazon are just data cables and not charging cables. So for whatever reason, they can't connect to PS4, but they do work for Xbox One. I don't know. And then I have these two games set aside because I'm selling on the Sonic 1 and 2 ASIN. These are all the clean and tested stuff ready to go. Besides these two broken PS2s down here, bad disk drive. But this is how the condition comes back from the repair guys. It is all clean, tested, you know, ports replaced, everything's ready to go. Basically, I did a quick wipe down, put it in a bubble bag, add a back plate, and it is ready to go. More in-depth look on, you know, this stuff is what I consider very good on Amazon purposes. This is a little bit too clean for like a local game store. My local game store probably looks like absolute garbage. There is this thing I noticed on this controller when I got it back that I don't know if this was like this prior or this was like the after them, but that has to go back to them, which is no big deal. But yeah, a bunch of extra PS1, PS2 controllers, GameCube. I had like 6 or 7 GameCubes came back from them, and like all sold the same day, sent them into FBA. And going over here, this is the new couch we put down here, and Bo has already made his little palace. This is obviously a massive freaking couch. I think this is like, each piece is 43 by 43 inches wide, so math right there. And then going over here, you know, this is where I do everything basically. My little light booth, when I did take photos on eBay, I never got around to moving this. And some stickers. If you guys have stickers for your own companies, feel free to send them my way. Happy to sticker blast my entire desk if possible. Looks like this sticker finally printed. And so over here is Xbox 360 bundles, Minecraft bundles are in here. A bunch of the really low end like Blu-ray disc stuff. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with that. Maybe I'll sell it locally for a couple bucks a game, or just send it in and just get my health score up. Some current batch stuff in here, and then going in here, I don't know if you guys remember what this looked like prior, but prior, you know, this wall right here was my Super Nintendo wall. Now obviously that's not there, and this is all of my little like pieces I need for certain bundles. Like these are all like power supplies for PS4, Xbox Ones, and you got your Wii U I think in here, replacement cases, yada yada. And then smaller stuff in here, so like Wii ports. I need to label all this very in-depth because, as you can see, I labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6, 7, out of like, I don't know, 30 or 40 drawers right here. So, didn't get too far. This is additional storage that has not been used since we moved in, more or less. And now this is entirely all eBay. Everything in here is or should be listed on eBay, so like all the manuals and stuff I moved back in here, and then all my empty console boxes I just threw up here. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. I don't know if I'll sell them locally for like, you know, $5-10 a box, whatever. I'm not really I don't really care about it. And as you can see, I have totes in here that say list on eBay, so stuff's not all truly listed, I guess. We basically moved all this stuff maybe like a month ago, and I have spent 0 time in here reorganizing and going through everything. But basically, you know, when something sells, it's more likely like a manual for the eBay store. Grab a manual right here. Grab the shipping flat mailer. You get these on eBay. And yeah, so here is all of the little drawers and bins of stuff. So you got, you know, PS2 power supplies, AV cables, OG Xbox, Xbox 360, blah, 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 blah. Haven't organized that either as well, because when I'm done, each little bin should be labeled. So when my wife is helping me, which she's starting to do a lot more now, thank you very much, love you. And when I tell her, hey, I need a Xbox 360 hard drive, and she knows right here. So versus me, I did a bunch of processing from video games over the last like 24, 48 hours. And like me doing it all again after not doing it for like 4 to 6 months, somewhere in there, because we went away on vacation, came back, did a bunch of furniture stuff. Furniture's been absolutely doing insane, and like video games kind of like been on like my back burner, and like when it's a rainy day I'll do something. So there's still a lot more work to do here. Like I need to get all this stuff organized. So when or if I hire someone that I want and or trust to work with me out of my home, probably unlikely unless it's like one of my long-term buddies who wants extra money. I want to make sure it's like a system that's just like free flowing. There's no like hiccups and like choke points.
Oh, you're doing
and
a
now,
video.
and there she is.
Look at it.
And quickly, if someone asks like what boxes and stuff I'm using, I use a lot of these, the 14 12x6 for mostly console bundles. And then turn my camera over here real quick. 12x8x6 goes to basically any console besides, you know, obviously the larger ones. And then 10x8x4 for controllers. And then I'm out of wherever they are. Some really small ones, but crappy video as per usual.